Hello, everyone. This is Ovevekuve News. I know I have said that I don't want to be doing Ovevekuve. It's all about politics and governance starting in 2026. But there are a lot of Ovevekuve that you can relate down to politics and governance, and this is one of them. It's just coming out now. It says Sahara Reporters reported it just some minutes ago that exclusive Kogi Governor Ododo to splash over 1 billion naira on government house remodeling in 2026. Yes, 1 billion naira. Meanwhile, the people of Kogi don't have a lot of things. Most of the time, the people, just like my own state, Edo State, that is a federal government, a government kind of state, civil servant, there's really not much going on. And in terms of Kogi State, because of their closeness to Abuja, a good number of them are able to find themselves in Abuja doing things. So there's so much. Imagine using 1 billion that you're going to remodel. What are you remodeling? I don't even understand what really is going on. But before this, just to say to you also that about 3 billion was spent February 2025 was budgeted for this same place. So every year, if you're going to be using 3 billion, 2 billion, 1 billion to remodel, why don't you just kukuma be building a new one so that those houses will be there instead of just keeping that money? But hey, these are monies that are supposed to be put towards education, towards health, towards building roads, doing a lot of great things for the nation, towards educational trust fund. Imagine if you put this in primary schools and people are able to get good quality education. But before we go to the one that happened in 2025, let us look at this story that Sahara Reporters have, it has out here. It says Kogi Governor Ododo to splash over 1 billion naira on government house remodeling in 2026. This is even as another, beyond that 1 billion, there's another 1 billion was budgeted for government state minor capital works, which are planned to be executed through direct help labor. Lord have mercy. This looks as if, the money for 2027 election is being gathered, by fire, by force, by whatever it is that is going to happen. These monies are out there. Sahara Reporters review of Kogi State draft budget document for the 2026 fiscal year has shown that the state budgeted the sum of 1.015 billion for the remodeling of the government house structure. This is even as another 1 billion naira was budgeted for government house minor capital works, which are planned to be executed through direct labor. Further review shows that the state under Governor Usman Ododo plans to spend 500 million on the building of residential apartments for honorable members and the head of legislative services as an owner-occupier basis. What that means is that they will build these houses for them. They will stay in it. They're paying like what is rent, but this rent is towards, they will cost the house, and every money that they are paying will be deducting from that house. Are you telling me for honorable members and the head of the legislative, why are they building houses for honorable members? Honorable members should be able to have their own money to do whatever it is that they want to do. There's a reason why there's separation of power in government. It is for there not to be, for someone not to be enslaved to another, for there not to be disadvantaged, and for each arm of government to be able to discharge their duties as effectively. Where the executive is building houses for the legislative members, how is there going to be separation of power? How is the executive not going to control them and tell them what to do and insist they do it their own way, the way that we've been seeing all this while? And you see, this is the reason why you must be interested in politics and not just sit back and say, oh, politics is dirty. Meanwhile, they are using the dirtiness from their politics to dirty all of our lives. And these are things that we can no longer afford and we must never continue to allow to happen. This suggests that, according to Sahara Reporters, this suggests that the lawmakers would own the houses to be built by government and on public funds. They're using your money, every money that you see, 1 billion, 3 trillion. This is money that all of us, the citizens, own collectively. The reason why you give of your sovereignty, you give of your power to this money is to be protected and these people to use it for the welfare, for the benefit of everyone and not the benefit of a few. The luxurious expenditures come amid growing concern over debt servicing in the state. Remember that the former governor Yaya Bello had done a lot of debts and all of that attached to the state. Previously, Sahara Reporters' review of the Kogi State Medium-Term Expenditure Framework document showed that 80.3% of the state's internally generated revenue between 2025 and 2027 will be spent on debt servicing. Remember, the former governor of that state also decided to pay his children's school fees, even children that were like in nursery school. He paid them all the way forward using dollars, and they were in billions of naira that were paid to a particular school, the American International School. Before, there's a whole lot of figures that are being put out here, but I'm just quickly, going to go back to a particular report that was done in 2024, and this came out on the 4th of February 20. It's somehow I forgot that we are in 2026. I knew it was last year, and I was thinking last year was 2024. No, it's not 2024. We are in 2026 right now. So this was done 4th of February 2025, and this is Foundations for Investigative Journalism, where they put this and they say Ododo gets fresh 3 billion for Kogi government house renovation. He spent 2.29 billion on in 2024. So he spent 2.29, but he got 3 billion. Oh shit. Hey. Oh, very cool. And this is 2025, and now we are in 2026 again. We are hearing about another whole renovation of this government house. It seems as if the Kogi State government house is actually a conduit pipe for, for money to be flowing, and only God knows where it is flowing to. Just looking at that report, he said the Usman Ododo-led Kogi State government is set to spend 3 billion on renovating the government house in 2025. FIJ has found. This is after the government spent 2,290,489,340 naira 23 kobo on the same project in 2025. Please hold my glasses. Let me remove my glasses. I don't think I can read this anymore. I thought when I saw the headline that what they did was that he had spent the money and he was being paid something in 2025. No, they did renovation in 2024, spent about 3 billion. 2025, they spent 2 point something billion. And now, 2026, they're going to spend 1 billion. And you're still sitting down there. I think that politics does not matter to you. It does not affect you. It is your monies that are being used, your children's money, your grandchildren's money, your great-grandchildren's money, whether they are born or unborn. They are spending money for the generation that are not going to be born for the next 50 years. They are going to be servicing those debts. You have seen over 80% of Kogi State internally generated revenue being spent on debt servicing. You know what that means? Every money that they earn, 80% of it is going to be spent on paying interest, not in reducing the debt. Debt servicing is different from debt repayment. Debt servicing means the interest on the debt. That's what they're paying. And yet, these people are carrying these monies and they are still spending so recklessly. And the people are sitting down and you think that it doesn't concern you. The next time you hear MOU, they're probably referring to you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.